Good afternoon, and welcome back for another half hour of Broker Talk, a real estate show that dishes the unvarnished truth. I'm Larry Lawfer, your host each week, bringing you information you can use. Today's guests will be discussing the importance of story in real estate, the role video and social media have on real estate marketing, and how to make the uncaring algorithms of social media care about you. Actually, they can't make the algorithms like you. It's the internet. It doesn't care about you at all. But it does follow rules, and we'll be discussing the rules of algorithms and how to build your audience. Before we get into all that, I want to bring in a man who has been with me since the beginning. A man who needs no introduction, but really likes it when you say nice things. A man who knows how to light up the room because he knows where the switches are. Jim Lowenstern, the CEO of Castleson Limited International. Hey, Jim, what's shaking?
Hey, Larry. Nice day out.
It
Let's
is.
get to it. Thanks for the introduction.
I'm saying nice things, Jim.
You
Uh,
are.
a, a Squared Media is unlocking the truth about building your audience with video and social media. This is a field where almost everyone with a phone calls himself an expert. The truth is, an expert has skills, talent, and most importantly, consistent execution and follow through. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Larry and Jim, for having us on the show. I am Andre.
I'm Angela, and thank you so much.
It's great to have you guys. So, what is the secret of the internet? How do we get more and more people to like us and love us and engage with us? What's the secret sauce?
What is the secret sauce, Angela?
Wow,
Are
that's
you ready to share the secret sauce with everybody?
all right, guys. Ready? All right, the secret for the sauce. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Larry, that's a great question. From our own experience working with videos and photography here, there is no secrets. The secret is consistency. Is creating engaging content that's gonna talk to your audience. It's being there every time, putting up your values and showing that you know what you're doing. I think that's the secret that we have. But there are many secrets right now that we can talk.
Well, in real estate, for instance, some of the things that are considered best practices are the drone shot, which leads into the walking in the front door, and then you're kind of walking around the place. Worst thing is just using pictures and pretending like that's a video. But is that really telling the story? Is that the best way to tell the story?
To be honest, we don't really think so, and I'm going to kind of also be honest about this. I am personally not a big fan of the over reliance of drone footage, and that's I think a lot of people do that nowadays. Is that whenever you don't know what to put in the video, you just put a drone shot. I think that everything has to have a reason for it. A drone shot is great to establish the location of the house, but that's it. Other than that, maybe you shouldn't be adding a bunch of drone footage to your real estate video unless it requires to do so. So I think that it really it comes down to what is the feeling that the house, the real estate really gives off to the person. What are you trying to get across to the potential buyer? And what is the feeling that you're trying to instill in the potential buyer when they're watching a video? I think that's what really matters in picking the right shots, the right tools to capture the right shots, and the right song really is the most important thing there.
And
So,
I believe that also comes to the strategy. Sometimes a drone can, really tell the story and really showcase the product, the house. But other times, no, like you're gonna just use the drone footage for what? So you have to kind of figure out your strategy as well.
well, you always need an establishing shot, and that could be the what they used to call in architecture the money shot, which is like a three-quarter view of the house where you can see down two sides and everything's parallel and all of that. But now these days, people aren't using architectural laws for shooting anything inside houses. So you have walls that get parallaxed out of control, and or using too wide a lens. How do you guys frame up and decide on how to tell a story?
I think again, it comes down to the strategy. What is the feeling that you're trying to instill in the viewer? Do you want them to be in awe of the grandioseness of the house, of just how big the spaces are? Are you trying to instill a feeling of coziness and home-like? So it really depends on, again, the feeling that you want to instill in the viewers, and then that's how you choose the right tools for the job, the right lens, the right camera, the right camera support equipment, whether it's a drone, a gimbal, and a slider, and things like that. So it always comes down to what is the end goal for that video, and what is the feeling they want to get across to the viewer, and then choosing the correct tools for the job.
Yeah, and the way that we kind of go for it here is that usually the videos that we create, it's more a explanational video. So we focus on getting a great image of the client, of the owner, explaining what they're doing, and then going with a wider shot, showcasing the details. But if they say, "Oh, this countertop was made with a marble from India," then we go with a more close-up shot showing maybe the strips that the marble has.
Sure,
So it all
sure,
depends, really. Yeah.
sure. Jim?
Yeah. Do you guys work mainly with realtors, or are you working with different types of industries? And in real estate, what's the most interesting project you ever worked on?
Yeah, we work with several business from physical therapy to restaurants to real estate. But most of our clients are from the real estate industry, also designing builds and the real estate industry.
So
I
you've
think
worked with pre-construction projects.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yeah.
So how do you do marketing for something that does not exist yet?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that it really comes down to the process. What is the journey that got the homeowner to, let's say, need a redesign of their house, a full gut rehab of the house,
I
maybe
think you're missing. I think you're missing the question. The question is when you work with a brand new person who's a developer, and they're going to create a luxury home, or they're going to create a luxury complex.
Townhouses, mixed, yes,
Yeah.
whatever. It's not
So
built yet, though.
yeah. So all you have is plans and dirt. So
Yeah.
where do you go
Uh,
from there?
So we are doing this week. We are going to a house that they are gonna rip apart and then create the new concept open space. What we do is we collect the plans and we use the plans in a creative way, showing the house right now, and then showing the process. So we're gonna be there for demoing. We're gonna be there for the framing work. We're gonna be there for plastering. So before we show how is the house right now with the plans, how they're gonna portray, if the clients, if the owner has like a 3D animation or something like that, we also use for the video. But then we have also the homeowner telling like, oh, this I want to create a bathroom, I want to create a kitchen. Then we use the plans in a creative way, showing the plans and pointing out where they're doing. So to instigate the imagery of the new place, how it's going to look like.
Well, that all sounds great. Let's continue that when we come back. Short break here, folks.
When you are searching for a new home, you want to be working with a realtor with years of experience, a professional with intimate knowledge of the communities that you are considering moving to, and someone who really wants to represent you as a buyer in what is probably the largest investment you will ever make in your lifetime. The realtors at Castles Unlimited want to be your choice when you are ready to make your next move. Please visit us at castlesunlimited.com or call us anytime at 800-967-3561. The realtors at Castles Unlimited are here to help your next purchase, lease, or sale of any real estate the easiest decision you've ever made. Start your search anytime, 24/7 at castlesunlimited.com.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, we've got a special treat right now. We've decided that we're going to tell, it's like stories you will not believe. But Jim, you heard a story this week. Can you share that with our audience? Just one of them right now.
I'll squeeze in too. Um, Couples moving to Greece. Lots of stuff in the house. Buyer broker says, "Hey, what are you doing with this stuff?" "Well, we're giving it to friends. We're selling it off." Da, 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 da. He says, "Well, let me get some blue tape, and I'll put the blue tape on the stuff that I want. You tell me what you want, I'll pay you." He wanted a brand new gas-powered snowblower. He wanted an upright piano, perfectly tuned. Probably none of this stuff was ever really used. It's an elderly couple. Um, Go through the walkthrough. The stuff is there, and he basically said to them, "Why is this stuff here?" And they said, "Well, because you asked for it, and you said you were going to pay us. It's $1,450 for all this stuff." He says, "No, I'm not going to pay you." He says, "I don't want it." So the mover had already gone. The friends and family, whoever was going to buy stuff, it's already they're on the next plane for Greece. So my broker is like, I'm gonna put in a nasty letter, a nasty gram to the Department of Professional Regulation because this guy is a scammer. And his broker's like, well, was it in writing? He's trying to defend him. That's one story. So brokers don't get involved in the personal items,
Stick to real
or
estate.
or make sure that money passes hands way before the closing.
Yeah.
That's number one. But this is the story. So broker gets a listing. I'm not going to go into the ethnicities and all that, but full price offer, actually $1,000 over. She gets both sides of the sale because she's the listing agent and she's got the buyer broker. The seller says, no, I'm not going to take the offer. Why aren't you going to take the offer? I can't go into it because it'll be obvious, the ethnicities of the people involved. But she says, I'm not going to take the offer. And
Because of the ethnicity.
Exactly. The broker cannot get another bid from anyone. This is in the fall. I mean, it's crazy now, but it was a little quieter then. The buyer keeps coming back, wants that property, and what's she going to say? It's over asking price. Why isn't this offer being accepted? She raises the price. Crickets. No more offers. Eventually, the buyer says, "Come on, what's going on here?" And she was advised, cancel the listing, fair housing, and all that. Cancels the listing. Listing would have ran out anyway. Seller lists it 2 months later, sells the house. Guess who bought it?
The person.
Our buyer.
Yeah.
Our buyer. So, stay tuned.
Yeah. The story
My broker didn't want to tell her, listen, I brought you ready, willing, and able, got a contract. You don't want to sell to them? That's fine. Just pay me my commission and we'll go our merry way. She didn't want to get into it. She wants to get into it now.
Well, the point is you can't discriminate against any ethnicity. There are rules that apply here.
But isn't that ironic? Nobody else stepped up to buy this property except this one buyer that she wouldn't sell to. I'm not going to sell it to them. And now she's going to owe 2 commissions.
Well, and the other aspect of that is when you real estate agents fill out your exclusive paperwork, there's a point there where, the contract goes from here to there. And then after that, there's a point that if the same person from your deal comes back, if that's clicked, that is exactly the way the law works, Jim. So let's move back because this isn't this kind of a show. The laws are really clear on stuff like that.
All right, let's talk about how to market on the internet.
Yeah, and so do you go in with questions and ask the real estate agent or the owners how they feel about the house, or are you determining like, oh, this is a high-end neighborhood, so we've got to do this kind of thing? How do you source that in your own creative minds?
Oh, I think it's definitely very important to ask questions, very targeted questions, to kind of try to understand the purpose of why someone's selling the house or why they want to do a renovation, so on and so forth. So pre-production planning is crucial for us to kind of come in with a plan that will help us to tackle the project in the way that we need to tackle.
One of the things I think that's not being said here that I think that I use video people, Jim does, we all do, is that in the pre-planning phase, if you're working with someone, you usually come in and you say, make me a video. And because you're saying that, that's what you get. But the whole algorithm thing is consistent algorithm, consistent bursts of content. So if you begin shooting and you shoot details, you can do a detail video the next week. You can do landscaping video. And you can put little snippets. That's what you guys do, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And the way that we try to strategize the content creation and publishing is that we can get a lot of content out of one production. Let's say a half production day or a full production day, where we can create an overview video of a property showing the entire property with your must-have drone establishing shot, all the walkthroughs throughout the house, and then after that, you can create snippets, whether it's an Instagram reel or a YouTube short or a feed post about the details of the property to continue that engagement week after week. So consistency, like you said, Larry, consistency is extremely important because at the end of the day, the algorithm does not care about you, does not care about your business, does not care about the property. What it cares is, are you posting consistently, and is your audience engaging with your posts?
So, yes. So, a lot of times these videos for houses have no call to action at the end,
Mm.
have no give, so you could get. And I think that's a big miss for the real estate industry in general. That call for to come if you want to come visit something. What are some of the other calls to action that you embed in your content when you have it out?
And keywords and hashtags
Yeah.
and all that. Let's
Yep.
talk about that.
Yeah, I think that it sometimes it can be, let's say, a very direct call to action to like, hey, come to the open house at this time, at this day. But it can also be something a little bit more simpler to boost your engagement. Where, hey, what do you think about this kitchen? What do you think about this living room and things like that? It could be a poll on an Instagram story to get kind of what people think about the property so that we can get people talking, get them interested, so that potentially either them or someone they know can go into the open house and check out the property. And then when it comes to like the CEO aspect of things, it really depends. You really have to do some research on the kind of keywords that work within the market that you're trying to reach. So there's the long tail SEO words and the short tail words. Short tail is basically the very general keywords that everyone's looking for: real estate, house, et cetera, et cetera. The long tail SEO words are very specific to what you are trying to promote. So, for example, 5,000 square foot home in Marblehead, Massachusetts, or beautiful 3-bedroom house, something like that. So those are the long tails. So it really comes down to you doing the research to what people are searching for in your area.
And also, what is the platform that you are showcasing the video for the house? If you're doing that on Facebook, you have the ability to create an ad for it. So you have the button that you can put for people to click and see the whole house on your website or whatever the platform that you use to show the house. If you're doing that on Google, then it's different. You have to focus more on the title. Then if the person clicks, can go to YouTube,
Right.
or it depends
Right.
on the platform that you're using.
And if you're doing for YouTube, clickbait, 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 you have to create your titles as clickbaity as possible, your thumbnails as clickbaity as possible. It's like we don't really like to do that, but it's the game that YouTube is playing right now, that algorithm is playing. You have to really get your viewers' attention so that they can click on your video on YouTube.
Just
Look,
like our
looked like a Game of Thrones castle.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Like, you won't believe what this house has in store for you, stuff like that, where it will really like, oh man, I definitely want to see, or this house has a hidden room or something like that. You really have to go above and beyond on YouTube to get people to click on your video, because there's just so much content being uploaded every day. You have to go above and beyond to get
Are there
that.
too many keywords? Is that, or you can put as many as you want?
You
That's
can put
fine.
as many as you want.
There's 500 character limit on YouTube, so you can put as many as you want. I think the more you have, the better, and you really have to find a balance between the short tail SEO words and the long tail SEO words. You want to be able to capture the people that are searching for general stuff, and you also want to capture for people that are searching for very specific topics.
But a great tip that we can give for you that you're starting to post your videos on YouTube is that you don't have to create the title, leave the video there, and think, oh, okay, people are gonna watch my video. You have to research about what people are watching about that video. Let's say we are creating a video about a full gut rehab or a house that is selling Medford. If you search for something like that, what are the top videos there people are clicking and watching? Okay,
Yeah.
let me get that title and rephrase in a better way, see how it's gonna run in the next 2 weeks. If people are not clicking to watch, all right, let me go and back and change the title. It's
Sure.
not about just posting the video then that's
Sure.
One
it.
and done. Yeah,
So
it's really about a trial and error period, and really understanding the algorithm and how it's how your video is being received by the audience, and then making changes according to that.
let's come back after we watch this beautiful woman eat a hot dog.
Smells so good.
Hey, welcome back. Wasn't that delicious? Um, we're here talking to the experts from A Squared Media, and they've just shared with us the information about the algorithms and how you get people both with short tail and long tail hashtags and other methods. What other secrets are there that you haven't shared with us? My feeling is if you're a professional, you can tell everybody what you do, and they're never going to do it as well as you do. You know, there's a billion, you can't swing a dead cat in this head without hitting a real estate agent. Some are going to do it better than others, you know, on a daily basis. So, why do your clients love you?
I think, Larry, I think that kind of bringing back to the intro of the show, it really comes down to consistency. I think everyone thinks that they can produce content at a consistent manner. But after a week, 2 weeks, a month, wherever how long it is, they will soon realize that, wait, I am way too busy to be creating content consistently. So I think that the reason why our clients love us is because we provide that consistency and we take that responsibility off of their shoulders. Because real estate agents, people in the construction industry, they have way too many things to be thinking about. To be like, wait, I need to now create a video. I need to think of a script. I need to think of the strategy. I need to think about the YouTube title, the thumbnail, and all of those things. So we take and people in our industry take that out of their shoulders so that they can focus on what they are really good at or what really matters and will move the needle on their business.
And also, one thing that is very interesting to say is that when a client comes up to us and say, "Hey, I want to get 10,000 subscribers in 6 months," we're like, "All right, but
Good luck
just
with
be
that.
Yeah.
good luck with that, and also just be aware that's gonna be a full-time job."
Yeah.
Oh wait, but I just want to like 1 minute video. Oh,
No,
okay,
no.
but we have to craft that video. We have to create the content behind. We have to analyze the metrics and everything. And when we start producing the videos and seeing the work that it is behind, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I never realized that this is requires a lot of time, prepping, scripting, and I also know exactly what I'm gonna talk. Otherwise, people are not gonna watch me, or maybe my video is not gonna be that good."
Now, here's a very important thing where some people and some business owners, some real estate agents, they might say, you know what, I want to start creating. And then they start really ambitious. And then they create 3 videos a week for, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. and then they want to scale that back. If you create 3 videos a week for a couple of months, and then later on you start scaling back the frequency of videos that are being uploaded or posted, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot,
Yes.
because you're telling the algorithm that you're not as reliable as you thought you were. And actually, you're just undoing all of the work that you just did for the months that you were posting multiple times a week. So the strategy here really is, if you are just getting into posting content and creating content, start slow. I know that you might have FOMO, fear of missing out, and you see a bunch of other real estate agents having thousands, millions of views. But hold on. It took a time for them to get there. So take it easy, go slow, start with one video every 2 weeks, and then go to one video a week, and then slowly but surely increase the frequency of videos in a way that is sustainable for you and for your business. Because if you start with bunch of videos and bunch of posts right away and you can't keep that up, then
Not good.
you're actually doing
That's a big
more
problem.
worse
We've
than good. Yeah.
we've had guests on the show. One of them is the roaming realtor. So he roams around his town and he posts weekly. And he started during the pandemic. And this guy has thousands of people because over the last year and a couple of months now, he has taken a picture and written a story about it. And it's an historic town. And the stories are fantastic. Plus, his photography is good. And another one is doing a wake up in the morning. So at 6 o'clock in the morning, she does like a meditation moment or something like that. It's always something very, very positive, and she has a bunch of followers because of it. But the consistency is how they're growing,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that's really important. Um,
You have to be realistic with your schedule and with your goals. You
Guys,
can't.
you want to promote
yeah, tell us
your
about yourself.
website and tell us what you charge.
Well, what do we try? Angela is the price guy. So Angela, tell our viewers what do you
All
charge?
right, it's 50. No, I'm kidding. It all depends on the project. It depends on how many videos the client's gonna want us to produce and how much editing we're gonna have to do it. There are videos that we do that are very simple, and there are the videos that we have to really, really craft something behind, spend some time to create a storyboard, a script. But it all depends. But our prices usually start from introductory video $1,000. We can start over there depending on the video.
And then it just goes up from there, depending on
Yes.
what the goals really are. And again, it's like the other thing too. It's we love to make money, but at the end of the day, we need to make sure that our clients are achieving the goals that they set for themselves. So if at the beginning it makes more sense to go with $1,000 package, that's where we're going to go for, even though maybe we could have gone with a $5,000 package or something like that. So it comes down to how can we help our clients achieve their goals in the most efficient way possible, in a way that's going to be sustainable for us and for the business, and it's going to have a really good ROI on their investment.
There you have it. It's either 1,000 or it's 5,000, or it's based on, like, I know.
How much for a full length movie?
Oh
90
man.
minutes.
We have a script.
Yeah.
We have a script for you to look at. But actually, I think sitting down with the client and figuring out what they want and having a production day where you're gathering a variety of different content that you can kind of spread out over a period of time makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And the thing that we offer, that we're really proud to be offering, where a lot of other people in the industry are not offering, is a subscription model where, if someone wants to have that consistency, we can produce that consistency month over month without having to spend thousands of dollars just in one production here and then later in another production, where we offer the strategy meetings, we offer the brainstorm meetings, we offer the consistency of videos from one video a month to 4-6 videos a month. So it's something that we offer where we haven't seen too many other people offering, and that we're really proud of the work that we're able to produce in a subscription model. Because
Okay.
nowadays everything's
You
subscription.
you have like 1 second to mention your website because we're ending the show.
It's a square media Boston.com.
Yeah.
A squared media Boston.com.
So
What's
the
the
letter
phone number?
A squared spelled out,
Yep.
Media.com.
Boston.
And what's
Boston?
a good phone number?
A Squared Media Boston.
Yep. And our
What's-
phone number is 857-264-9570. And you can
Okay.
speak with Atula.
So you heard it here first, folks. A Squared Media. Thanks so much for sharing us all your information.
Thanks, guys. Great show.
Thanks again. Talk to you soon.